be here with you today. I need to say that special occasions request quick adjustments by all, and at least for the constructive conversation, technology can be of great aid to everyone. But what about tourism? Can we overcome this unprecedented situation? The pandemic crisis came at the highest point ever for the Greek tourism. After 10 years of continuous growth, everything came to a halt situation in late February. And mind me to say, but I'm not saying pause, but globally, there has been a complete stop in all touristic activities. We have massive cancellations in hotel, planes, tour operators, travel agencies, and of course, a significant number of jobs that have been lost. It is estimated that more than 10% of the global GDP and millions of jobs connected with tourism are now still at risk. We cannot afford to wait. We need to prepare now. We need to prepare for the worst case scenarios, for the possibility of the vaccine not to have a delay and been found, for new outbreaks in the fall, for another serious pandemic in the future. The whole sector must be put under a great reorganization, according to my opinion, to survive, but also to continue to prosper under these new circumstances. Difficult, yes, but we can do it. In collaboration with governments all over the world, tourism is global. National politics cannot provide a sustainable solution for all. In this dialogue, all must participate in equal terms. Association of professionals in the field of tourism, like hoteliers, tour operators, travel agencies, cruise companies, of course, the banks, the airlines, the management companies of the airports, even the leading museums of the world, everybody. We have to redesign everything from scratch. It is not only the jobs, it is our right to travel, to see the new places, meet new people, not a privilege for few, but an opportunity for all. For us, the professionals in the field, a duty to facilitate people from all over the world to have safe holidays under strict protocols that will be applied for all after pandemic. And of course, with the necessary aid to our guests, if needed. Greece can do it. Yes, of course, we can do it. We have proven ourselves in the most difficult times of the last decade, not only for our sector, but for all the Greek economy. We cannot afford another long recession. The tourism sector contributes to the Greece's GDP more than 30%, directly and indirectly, and there are more than 700,000 jobs, which is almost 25% of the employment in the country. We cannot afford to fail, and we will not fail. Therefore, Greece needed to carefully redesign, and I will make some proposals. At least a 10-year strategy plan with all the possible scenarios included, good and the bad. We need government by our side with a strong initiative for the whole sector, in close cooperation with all the stakeholders of the tourism market and hopefully all the political parties of our countries. The Ministry of Tourism, according to my opinion, also due to heavy impact of the Greek economy, to the tourism sector, to the Greek economy, should be at the same level with the first of the ministries like Ministry of Development, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in order to assure that the Greek tourism sector will continue to grow in the long run. Also, it should be continuous cooperation with the tourism ministries across Europe to promote the European tourism product, a product that is a primary choice of the 50% of the global travelers. I have to remark here that Europe is being visited by 750 million global travelers out of 1.5 billion travelers globally during 2019, according to the UNWTO figures. We need all this to redesign our tourism product and lead it into the new era, with more space for our guests, with a new kind of hotels that will focus exactly to the needs of the customers and the new needs that will come, more open areas, more help for small units, etc. This strategy should also describe the kind of tourism we want. Sorry to say, but we need quality travelers, because let us face it, not all the tourists can benefit from Greek tourism. We should not start doubting also or diminishing the great value of the tourism sector in the Greek economy by trying to find other alternatives against tourism. That means we have many people that are trying to say we might reconsider why tourism has such a big impact to the Greek economy. Okay, we need the Greek tourism to keep on the same way, and we, of course, the government and should develop other sectors as well in order to reach the Greek tourism miracle. And I have to say that because we have the Greek tourism miracle happened mostly due to the initiatives of the private sectors, the undoubted and the amazing beauty of the country, and not based to a concrete strategic scenario, let's say, for the governments of the last 40 years. Is exactly because the private sector did the miracle and the beauty of the country. And having the governments of the last 40 years contribute less than the other factors.
Dimitris, thank you very much indeed. I think the politicians will certainly be listening. Sure, Dimitris.
I would like to welcome also banks because, as your bank said before, and I like to welcome all the banks because they have a critical place in this development. I can say that the banks, they discover the last 10 years mostly the tourism sector in such a great significance. We need them more in our side. It's very important to have them in our side and give also to give us to have the opportunity to compete globally in a better place. Plus, we need education. That means in Greece we have to establish schools in the level of École de Lausanne or the level of Cornell that will produce the right professionals in the field that will secure that the Greek tourism will continue to compete in the global level and have this amazing miracle goes on and forth in the long run. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much indeed, Dimitris. Christopouli. And I think Spiros Venetsianos will be very happy that bankers are now considered